We've got a special one lined up for you today. Martino of Budds Collision in Oakville, Ontario. Well known in their community for their accolades and accomplishments. I'll let JR tell the story. Watch for the emphasis on the human element of COVID-19 and what they've done as a business to adapt their processes to make their customers and their employees more comfortable as we live through these unprecedented times. Hi, everyone. This is John Harvey of CrashBay.com here with you with JR Martino of Budds Collision in Oakville, Ontario. This is another 5 in 10. JR, welcome to your 5 in 10.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to be sitting down with you today. I'm excited to be talking to you about Budds Collision and all that you guys are involved in as a service provider of luxury brands. There's lots to talk about today. So without further ado, are you ready for your 5 in 10?
I am. Hit me.
Excellent. Okay. So why don't you, just to start out, introduce yourself to our audience and just talk a little bit about, your history in the industry as a person, and then give us a little bit of background on the history of Budds.
Sure. Well, my name is JR Martino. I'm a managing partner here at Budds Collision in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. We opened up our first dealership back in 1973. 10 years later, we opened up Budds Collision in 1983. Since then, we've outgrown 2 locations, and our current location, our third one, is in the heart of Oakville. And we are a 45,000 square foot facility with an in-house detail department, car wash. We have your film technician, our paintless dent repair technician. So we try to make it a one-stop shop for all of our customers. Wow. Since opening up, we were one of the first BMW certified repair facilities in Ontario. I believe we were the first JLR, Jaguar, LandRover certified collision repair facility in Ontario. And since then, we've really built our book of certifications. Currently, we are now certified with Tesla, Cadillac, BMW I, Honda, and working on Corvette. So we're pretty pumped about that. And
wow.
Other than all of our certifications, we work with all major insurance companies. It's been a fun ride so far.
That's quite the history, JR, and that's a lot to unpack. What a great story there, and 45,000 square feet. That it's like a warehouse you've got there. So that's great that you're able to provide that level of capacity to the industry, to your dealership associates, to insurance companies, to the general public, to car owners. Fantastic. That's very rare in this industry to have that type of footprint, and to see that you've outgrown 2 previous buildings says a lot about your business and your successes. So as far as the Budds Collision story is concerned, lots of success, lots of growth, OEM certifications, a lot of firsts. Another first that we're all experiencing is living through a pandemic. And this COVID-19 situation that we're all living through, it's forced a lot of us to adapt in many different ways. Can you talk a little bit about how Budds Collision has had to adapt during this COVID reality we're living through?
Yeah, it's at this point, nobody was prepared for this. There's no pandemic 101 for body shops, So with the information available to us through our dealerships, through the government, through social media, any avenue of information we're able to get, we use that to continue providing that legendary experience to our customers. Some of the ways we've adapted during this, this scary time, is is first off, what we do is before we even get a car, before we even start repairing a vehicle in our location, we before the repair and after the repair, we do a complete sanitization. We make sure we have valet services to all of our customers, towing if necessary, to no cost of the customer. All of our advisors are equipped with the necessary PPE when interacting with our customers and even fellow employees, while maintaining social distancing.
Right.
Before every workday, we take the temperature of all of our employees to make sure that they're not exhibiting any sort of fever or anything that may cause concern.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a lot of measures we feel like all businesses should be taking in order to adapt in this crazy time.
Right.
We have some employees that are susceptible or are vulnerable to what's happening out there, either it be their age or they have loved ones at home with certain health issues that can be affected. So we try to segregate those certain employees. I think we've done a fantastic job being very flexible on allowing some employees who are able to work from home and dial into the shop.
Yeah.
With the schools being closed and a lot of our staff having children, that puts them in a difficult position. So we allow them to work from home when they're able to, and be there for their family and be there for their family. Essentially, that's the most important thing right now. And if we can make sure that their home life is, secure, they're going to continue producing while at work. So
that's JR. I have to say, there's something about the last few sentences that you covered. You really emphasize the human element of this. And we're very process oriented in this business by nature of fixing cars and really rebuilding and remanufacturing a car that's been damaged back to OEM standards. Sometimes we can forget that there's a human element to all of this. And it sounds like what's really resonated with me, it sounds like a big part of what you've taken away is the human impact to your business and the things that you've incorporated to make things easier for your employees, to give them calmness and clarity and flexibility. So, kudos to you for creating that environment, and as well for your customers. That kind of leads me into my next question is, so on the process kind of innovation side of things, are there things that you've instituted because of COVID that you'll keep in your business once we get back to the new normal, the new business as usual, maybe when it's not as highly sensitive as it is now? Are there, like from a continuous improvement standpoint, are there elements that you've instituted that you think will become permanent in your business?
Yeah, so we're big believers in a lot of photo estimating, things of that nature. But what really resonated with me, especially during this pandemic, is when a customer gets into an accident, by nature they're scared and they're uneasy. And when they visit a collision repair facility, it can be intimidating. There's no doubt about that. And then you throw in COVID-19 on top of that, and you potentially have a scared customer, right? Being an essential service, they need you, and you need them. And I feel our staff has just done a really amazing job in, use the term, humanize. They really humanize the repair process, and where we traditionally I feel provide superior customer service. I think
Mhm.
we've really taken it to the next level by adding that additional compassion, reassurance, things
Right.
customers need
Mhm.
in order to feel safe and in order to feel confident that their car is in good hands.
Sounds like you guys have really shifted or elevated that mindset of it's the customer is more important than the car, right? The car doesn't have feelings after all, right? And you guys know how to fix cars. So that's a great thing to retain in your business. So what do you in you know the time you've been with Budds and you look at the history of Budds Collision and a successful business well known in the GTA and across Canada for that matter, what would you brag about? What would you say are the accomplishments that you're most proud of?
Well, other than being invited to do this interview, um, I would have to say, so we're part of a performance group. They're called Coyotes. It
Right.
represents roughly 85 to 90 collision repair facilities throughout North America. Budds Collision has won Shop of the Year 4 years in a row.
Wow.
So, and this is a group where they discuss best practices.
Hmm.
Um, they really dive into the numbers and all sorts of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of that. But even more, I would have to say our staff. If you look at if you ever toured Budds Collision, we have a very young culture,
Yes.
and that just comes from our strong belief in working with the local schools, high schools, local colleges,
Yeah.
and recruiting as much talent as we can, and really building potential technicians,
Hmm.
trying to give back to an industry that's been so great to us.
Right.
And yeah, and that I'd say that's what I'm mostly proud of is truly our employees and what they've and again what they've been able to do for Budds Collision.
You can see that that's evidenced in, I was on your website last night and you can see pictures of each of the employees, not just the executive team or the senior leadership team, but everybody who plays a part in that end-to-end process of delivering a successful repaired product to the end customer. And not many businesses profile their staff in that way. So kudos to you guys for doing that. Final question, JR. And I close with this question with everybody is, what do you want to be known for in your community? When people hear the Budds name and they hear it on an ad on the radio or they see it on the side of a bus, what do you want Budds to be known for?
You know what? I just want to be, well, we just want to be known for what we've always been known for: superior, next level customer service, and of course, quality of repair.
Hmm.
If I, we think if we can hit on those two values, everything else will fall into place. So we put a strong emphasis on customer service and quality of repair, the two main values that we really try to build this business on.
Amazing. Amazing. So, to recap here quickly, there's a lot of things here to unpack. 45,000 square foot building. You're certified in more brands than I can count, dealing with luxury brands like Jaguar, BMW, LandRover, as well as all makes within that OEM certification umbrella. Certainly an employee and customer first mindset and wanting to be known as a next level customer service organization, which I think you guys have certainly earned the right to be called. And, the awards and the accolades speak for themselves. So congratulations, JR, to you and your team for all the accomplishments. And, I see great success ahead for the Budds Collision Group. So fantastic. And thank you for making the time to do this interview today.
Absolutely not a problem. Thanks for having me, John.
Well, JR, final plug, where can we find you online?
BuddsCollision.com.
Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe for more business owner interviews brought to you by CrashBay.com. This is another 5 in 10